might even be drama-free. But what we're going to talk about today is a motion for consideration. Now, the screenshot I have is the requirements for the motion of consideration itself. However, that's probably online and you may not be able to read it. So I'll go over these things when I get the paperwork actually done, but I just wanted to give you an update that these things are possible, to have an extended stay in the Philippines, and the requirements are in your local immigration office where you go to renew your immigration and pay your immigration fees. Now today, I cannot make a video in the office of the immigration office. They may or may not let me, but I didn't ask. It says no video, no photography in the office. So I'll just tell you what I learned today. So basically I went in to pay my bi-monthly visa fees, which are 2,900 pesos, just under $60. However, I'll show you where the office is. In regards to this church here, the office is right across the street from the church, and this is the immigration office, although it doesn't say immigration office. And the immigration office is the bottom floor on the right. So the immigration fees are separate from your motion of consideration. When you go into that office, you'll see a piece of paper that gives you a list of items that need to be accomplished. And the first two items have to be done by your lawyer, an actual lawyer. So you have to go into a lawyer's office, show them your passport. They should know what to do. And then you get the reason why you wish to have your extension stay, and then you pay the lawyer's fees, whatever it is, for the first two items. So the cost of the motion for consideration to immigration, separate from your lawyer's costs, is somewhere between 30 and 35,000 pesos, which is 600 or $700. Now, it actually may be cheaper to leave the country and return for some people. So I will look into that as well, and then let you know how that works out. I would have to go home and get online and find out the costs of certain things. But this is the town known as Poblacion, and when you're in this town, Poblacion, you find the church. And then you know right across the street from the church is the Panglao Central Elementary School. And I will go to my lawyer's office right now, which is within walking distance, and find out the costs of the two pieces of paper and the photostatic copies they want of each thing. They want a photostatic copy. You have to have an I-card, and you have to copy the front and the back. You have to copy your last entry into the Philippines, the latest entry into the Philippines, and another page in your passport, all of which the girl checked and is okay. So this is St. Augustine's Church. St. Augustine Church. And we're coming into the city of the town of Panglao proper. So you know you want to be, there's a school on the corner here, and there's another school there for kindergarten children, basically. And then there is the the Office of Immigration. And it's easy enough to find. Most of the tricycle drivers in the area know exactly where it is. So what I got to do now is I have to shut this off because it's starting to rain. So that's what I wanted to give you an update on. And when I'm done with my lawyer, who is a personal friend of mine, I will tell you what the service fees are. Not that they will give me a discount, because that doesn't exist. ICM! 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 Mayan buntag, amigo. ICM! Guapo! Mayang gabi eh. Mayang uto. I was kidding with the tricycle drivers. They know, they all want to give me a ride, but I'm not ready for that yet. So there are several lawyers, but you would go to the lawyer near your house, and my house is 3.5 or 4 minutes away by motorcycle from here. And this is the Church of San Augustine from the front view. So I'm going to shut this live stream down. It was just basically an update on the cost of the motion to consideration, and the screenshot, if you can open it up big enough, you'll see the requirements. Mayan buntag. Mayan gabi. What if I said Mayan gabi? Mayan gabi? I don't know those girls. So they have there's several places that sell chicken. These chickens are about 230 pesos, about $5.60. Excuse me, $4.60. I do believe that was the price the last time I saw a price. And there is the sign that says San Augustine. And this is the main road, straight up ahead 9 kilometers, 7.5 kilometers is Alona Beach. This is some storm damage that occurred to the awning for Max's Max 28 Meat Shop. It was a small store that it's kind of buried deep into the landscape. They spent a lot of money putting refrigeration in there, but they did that before the lockdown, and the business was doing okay. But after the lockdown, there was no more business because all the tourists left. It was kind of a little pricey. For instance, Max's would have pork for 290 pesos per kilo, when pork in the city, this is going back 2 years, pork in the city was 185. So it was exactly 50% more expensive for pork and chicken, and so you had to have a need for that and not want to go into the city, or you may just want a small amount, and the difference wouldn't make a difference to you. But when you're paying 50% more for pork and 50% more for chicken, you have to make that decision whether or not you want it. Now right here is where I'm going to end this live stream. This is the 7-Eleven. So if you don't know where the immigration office is, you tell them you want to go to the 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven is across the street from the church, and the immigration office is across the street from the church. So 7-Eleven is across from the church. It's called the Arco Center. It looks like this. The church, immigration, and this is Michael Fazio in the Philippines. Drama-free today, yeah? Woo. A drama-free video. We might change that up a little bit shortly. Never know. We do have some interesting things about to happen here in Bohol. Very interesting. So that's my message to you guys. Thanks. And God day to everybody. From Michael Fazio in the Philippines, baby. That's right. Oy vey and shalom.